Welcome to everybody. A very welcome all the participants. With your reference, I will start the meeting. So please inform me anyone whether I'm audible or not. Participants, I'm audible. Please respond. Anyone? Dear teachers, please respond. Am I audible or not? Am I audible or not? Am I audible, teachers?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So once again, very good afternoon, one and all the participants here. Again, we are gathered here to present, to attend in-house training. So without doing any type of late, let's move to the topic. And the topic of the day is life skill. Yes, whenever we think about something, we desire something, then we fix our life skill. But before getting and behind the success of anything, whatever you desire, there is very hard work. So, whatever we do to achieve our goals, our success, our ambitions, our aims, these are called life skill. Suppose someone is very expert in computer, means their life skill is their life skill is good in computer science, computer application science. So what is life skill? The term life skills refers to the skills that you need to make very important in your life. Yes, suppose you know how to drive bicycle, you know how to swim, you know how to using computer, you know how to doing some extra things, some special things, special skills. That is your life skill. If we talk about cricket, someone is very good in bat, someone is very good in fielding, someone is very good in bowling ball. So those who are expert in bowling ball, they are called bowler. Means their life skill is bowling. Swimming, driving, cycling, etc. are the examples of life skills. So let's think most of part about life skills. Move to essential or important characteristics of life skills. What is meaning of essential? Essential means जो चीजें सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है, that is essential. Life skills are based on executive essentials of life skills. Let's see some important characteristics of life skill. These are number first is focus and self control. Focus and self control. Teachers, when you enter to the classroom for teaching, you used to speak to the teacher, to your pupils. My dear students, please focus on your studies. As much as you will focus on your studies, as much as you will do self control on yourself, you will encourage of yourself, you will nourish of yourself. So let's discuss focus and self control. Children need this skill to achieve goals, especially in a world filled with distraction. Distraction. First, you see this one. Child need this skill to achieve goals, especially in a world filled with distraction and information overload. Overload. There is a word. Overload. Yes, we are living in 21st centuries. Means we have different type of technology. We have nowadays we are sitting at home. We are very far from crowds. We are saving ourselves to keep ourselves in the home only because this is the pandemic situation. After that, we are conducting online classes, online test paper, online training. Why all we are doing these things? We are doing these things because to focus and self control as well as to nourish the students. So I was talking about overload. So nowadays 21st centuries we have different types of works. Being a teacher, you go to sometimes we have to go to class to take the classes, sometimes lesson plan, sometimes examination, sometimes correction, sometimes preparing the mark sheet of the students. So in these situation, we have to focus ourselves. We have to keep continue to achieve our goals. What could be the goal of students? The goal of students could be their good marks, good behavior, good score, better performance, and what could be the goals, achievement of the teachers to function their teaching in the class and working in the school with very sharp and intelligent mind without any stress, without any tension, without any headache. what we can do to give some idea to promote focus and self control. Being a teacher, we can involve the students in some learning activities. What type learning activities? Suppose you sing a song, you sing a familiar song, and after two or three stanza, just you pause of yourself. Suppose you are singing a song and you pause the sentence, then ask the students what could be the next line. Then students, those who were paying attention. Here focus means also attention, paying attention. Focus and self-control means paying attention. So students, those who were listening your song very carefully, pupils who were paying attention very carefully, I'm 110% sure they will give the answer. They will give the answer means they will sing the next line. Suppose you are the teacher of junior section. You are singing a rhymes. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Next sentence, leave for students. They will give you the answer. How I wonder what so are. So, by following these activities, you can participate the students in your class. You can call the students so that they can put 100% attention. They can focus. They can self control themselves. Suppose you are Hindi teacher or you are literature teacher. When reading or telling a story, ask to predict what will happen next line. Suppose you are teaching in class 5 or 6 or 7. So give an example. यहाँ से हम इसको पढ़ रहे हैं, अब बताओ आगे क्या होगा. So the students will also keep attention. They have to keep attention, because if one student in your class give the right answer, then other students will also motivated by this. They will also try to give the answer. You can also help the students when they do practice to sing. You can also involve the students in game time. If you are a PT teacher, then you can give some idea to the students. You can involve in game, just like just call the students and uh, manage, make a team and just tell them to follow the instruction. Just when you say stop, they will stop. When you say go, they will go. They will go. Like this type activities, this type activity, you can involve the students so they can learn the students as well as they can focus and they can self control themselves. Next characteristics is perspective taking. Perspective taking. Perspective taking means अपना अपना नजरिया. How do you think? Today is 26th January. Suppose yesterday we have celebrated 73rd Republic Day. So suppose today we are celebrating 26th January. Some students gathered here to participate in some activities. Some localities also arrived here, not to participate, not to participate, to collect some sweets, to see the activity. So different people have different things or different perspectives. So we can say that perspective taking means अपना अपना नजरिया किस तरह से आप किस सेंटेंस को आप लेते हैं. Just go little bit flashback. We were talking about self control, focus. So when you will sing a song or when you give any type of activity, you will definitely you will collect different types of answer, different answer you can collect from your class. So what is perspective taking? Let's see this involve understanding what others think and feel, and forms the basis for children's understanding of the intention of parents, children, and friends. Just when you ask the students, my dear student, individually I will ask this question. Don't give the answer in group. Okay. So when you ask the student, what do you want to become? Okay. What is your desire? What is your ambition? So you will collect, you will get perspective answer. Some parents you heard about, some parents have desire to make their children to a doctor, but their what don't want to become a doctor. So this is the perspective. It could be the parents thought, parents desire could be different, and students desire could be different. Just take an example of ourselves only. You are a teacher in your class. Your aim is to teach the student, but students don't want to do a study. You are teaching about noun. You are teaching about state and capitals, but student's mind, student's body are in the class, but a student's mind out of the window. They can go anywhere. Maybe it can float. Here there is a video. You can you can watch it.
Perspective taking is a valuable skill in many aspects of life and leadership. When we talk about perspective taking, we're referring to the process through which one is able to see a situation from the viewpoint of another, understanding their feelings, intentions, thoughts, or view of a particular situation. It doesn't mean we have to agree with their point of view. However, there is understanding and empathy. One of the things that is clear is that we all have our own perspective, or way of seeing the world. For example, consider this image. What do you see? Please write down what you see in this image. Did some of you see a rabbit? Did some of you see a duck? Why do you think that is? This exercise demonstrates that even when presented with the same scenario, or in this case, image, we may see things differently. From one person's perspective, it may be a rabbit, and for another, a duck. Some may see something entirely different. It all depends on your perspective. Many aspects of life influence our perspective, such as our experiences, values, personality traits, information available, personal biases, and more. One's viewpoint can also change depending on your physical position or in the role you play. For example, not everyone on a football field has the same view. Your perspective can vary drastically depending on your place on the field and position, such as quarterback, O-lineman, or free safety. Sometimes, to understand others and to see from others' perspectives, we must reposition ourselves, both physically and mentally. When we acknowledge that there are many ways to see the world, we quickly see why perspective taking is valuable as we work to do things like improve race relations and advocate for social justice causes. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Perspective taking allows you to consider the experiences and viewpoints of others. By doing so, you improve your ability to understand, empathize, connect, and communicate. Finally, when you practice perspective taking, you can be a more effective advocate for others and the issues you care about the most.
Okay, have you watched the video? Sorry, let me first give you attendance link. I request all the teachers. Yeah, I have sent the attendance link and I request all the teachers to fill your attendance. Okay, so we were talking about perspective taking. Really, ये हम लोगों को एक दूसरे की थॉट्स को भी समझने का मौका देता है. If we are aware about perspective taking, sorry, if we are aware about perspective, means we can understand the certain topics. We can understand others' feeling also. So let's move to next slide. Sorry, I here I left the question. How can you promote perspective taking? Everyday routine. Okay, everyday routine. Throughout the day, encourage the students, encourage the children, encourage the pupils to talk about their thoughts. वो लोग अपने बारे में जानेगा, बोलेगा, and feelings, and recognize how these thoughts, these feelings are different from what other might think. Suppose make a group, okay, and every day just you ask only, Okay, every day just you ask about their thoughts, about their feelings, and you recognize. Obviously you will find the difference between their thoughts, their feelings, etc, etc, and etc. So the next essential characteristics of life skill is communicating. Really, right now I'm communicating to you all. Okay, I'm communicating to you all. So this is also very important. Communicating means much more than understanding language. Reading, writing and speaking. Communicating is the skill of determining what one wants to communicate and realizing how it will be understood by others. What you understand, what type of language do you understand, doesn't matter. What you read doesn't matter. What you write doesn't matter. But when you speak, when you communicate to others, it is the matter. So it is called what to speak, when to speak, and how to speak. All these three things are very essential. So it also develop our personality. It increase the student also. We always focus in the class communicating to the students. When we, especially literature teacher, SST teacher, they use more communication in the class. When they speak in the class, they used to also involve some students. They also participate students to develop their communicating skills. So my dear teachers, all participants, communicate is very essential skill of our life skills. Most of children are trying to communicate at birth. Yes, आप लोग देखते होंगे बच्चे से बहुत ऐसे बच्चे आपको मिलेंगे जो कि फ्रॉम द बर्थ दे हैव गुड कम्युनिकेटिंग स्किल्स. अगर आपके समाज में ये सपोज इन योर नेबरहुड इफ यू फाइंड like this type of student, then you enjoy with that kids. So communication skills continue to develop as they grow and learn. सही बात है, जैसे जैसे वो जान बढ़ते जाता है, जैसे जैसे वो आगे बढ़ते जाता है, वैसे वैसे उसका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल डेवलप होते जाता है. The question is here, how can you promote communicating? How will you communicate? Throughout the day, act like a sportcaster or guide. Throughout the day, guide the student and narrate what you are doing so the children can attach words and meaning to every experience. Use rich and diverse language. If you know more than one language, more than two language, then you can use this one. So that if you speak more than one language, two language, it means you are encouraging the students to learn some more languages. Invite children to act out character, to tell a story. Yes, especially literature teacher and SST teacher and maths teacher also sometimes. When you are giving some idea to the teacher, call the students in your class and tell them to narrate, tell them to play a role. Suppose SST teacher is teaching about Mughal Empire. Then in Mughal Empire, the topic is Akbar. Akbar was the great ruler, and in the court of Akbar there were nine gems. Okay, there were nine gems. So you can call the 10 students. One will act for Akbara, and remaining nine will act of nine gems. Who was financial minister? Who was singer over that time? Raja Todarmar was there. To such a thing, you can give the idea to the student. So this process, their communication skill will develop. Even you can also make your class very, very, very interesting. Even increase to the students to maintain eyes contact. Yes, when you are teaching the students, obviously, sorry, when you're teaching the students, tell them to maintain eyes contact. Eyes contact, maintaining eyes contact will also develop develop communicating skills. Even eyes contact is an also example of focus and paying attention, what we have done as first characteristics of life skill. You can also develop by listening skills and body language. It is very important. Body language is very important. And gesture, okay, also encourage them about gesture. Next one is making connections. Making connection means that relationship between pupils and students. Obviously, when you teach in the classroom, so while teaching, just you keep two aspects. Suppose there are each and everything there are two aspects. If you take an example of coins, there are two aspects. One is head, another one is tail. So making connection is saying that it is the relation between pupils and studies. So as much as you will keep the students to their studies, they will be very active. They will increase. This this life skill is at the heart of learning, figuring out what's the date same, what is the different, and sorting them into categories. Making unusual connection is at the core of creativity and move children beyond knowing information to using information as well. Here it is saying that you have to connect the students with their studies. Suppose you are a SST teacher, you are giving information about states and capitals. Okay, you can give the information about states and capitals. But if you also connect the students with the help of map, it it means that you are You are clearing their doubts. You are disclosing their doubts. It means that when you are giving the examples, you are teaching state and capitals, then you use the map also. It means that you are suppose Bihar, the capital of Bihar is Patna. Then just you tell the students to find out where is this state is located and where is the capital of this state is located. Okay, students find out this area is located Bihar, so not anywhere located Patna. Patna is the capital of Bihar. It has also a specific location, so tell them to put find out that location only, so it will make the confusion and it will make the connection the students to their studies. This skill of making connection is central to learning. Central to learning. I think I have sent the link. Okay, so this life skill of making connection is central to learning. The ability to make connection underlines the ability to see the symbols such as numbers, letters, and words. Obviously, junior सेक्शन के टीचर जब बच्चे पहली पहली बार क्लास आते हैं, तो मुझे अगर बच्चे को ए लिखने के लिए सिखाना है, फर्स्ट टाइम व्हाट डू यू डू, करते क्या हैं आप, डॉट देते हैं। आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे जो एक राइट आपके राइट साइड में जो डॉट्स बना है, इसके थ्रू बच्चे अगर चाहें, इसके थ्रू हम बच्चे को सिखा सकते हैं वेरी गुड ड्राइंग, बता बता सकते हैं, नंबर बता सकते हैं, और हम किसी भी वर्ड्स लेटर को बता सकते हैं। ए लिखना है तो 3 डॉट अगर दे देते हैं तो बोलते हैं अगर इस डॉट डॉट को ज्वाइन करना है इस वे से, तो ये क्या कर रहा है कि बच्चे की माइंड को साफ कर रहा है, जो डाउट से वो क्लियर कर रहा है। अच्छा, विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस कनेक्शन वी कैन लर्न दिस एंड दिस एंड दिस एंड दिस एंड ऑल। It also involves executive functions skill, including drawing, which is based on your working memory. My question is again here: how can you promote making connection? Take an example. Meal time. Meal time is a good time, great time for making connections. Ask children how many people will be at dinner. कितने लोग डिनर पर होंगे, खाना खाने के समय में कितने लोग आएंगे। Suppose a student gave the answer 15. Okay, very good. Then ask again them how many napkins or fork, how many napkins or fork they needed on the table. कितना नैपकिन पेपर चाहिए या तो फिर स्पून्स चाहिए, फॉर्क चाहिए। मीन्स यू while eating, while meal, okay, meal time, dinner time, you are teaching the students with the help of connection, word connection, letter connection. Parents can also make their words to connect while sleeping. Suppose this is summer time and the sky is very clear, and tell them to find out, count the stars. Is it possible? No, students, your word will say, daddy, it is possible to count, it is possible to count the stars. No, it is not possible. So tell this to tell your words to find out the pattern, like Milky Way, and some patterns are available, some patterns are there. Okay, you can find out. So with the help of these examples, this connection, your word pupils or children or students can learn something. Even when you go out for a walk, ask the children to point the 3 things they see and ask them what is similar in them. सपोज आप बच्चे के साथ ट्रिप पर गए हैं, ज्योग्राफी ट्रिप पर, अदरवाइज कहीं भी आप गए हैं बच्चे के साथ, इन दैट टाइम यू कैन आस्क, अच्छा ये क्या है बताओ, हाउ मेनी ट्रीज आर देयर, छोटे बच्चे को आप पूछ सकते हैं हाउ मेनी ट्रीज आर देयर, ओके विच वन इज टॉल एंड विच वन इज शॉर्ट, ma'am this one is short and this one is tall, okay, like that type answer you can collect from the students also. So through this way you can connect the students with the studies. You can also encourage children to think about why they made a mistake and what they can learn from it. These help them reflect on the connection they are making in learning. Obviously जब बच्चे कोई गलत करते हैं हम लोग उसको राउंड कर देते हैं and we call the students just you find out this is no ma'am, no sir, actually I was in hurry so I did such a thing as this little mistake. No, this is not little mistake. Tell the student this is not little mistake. Little mistake can be very danger. So through these examples we can connect the students. Next essential characteristic is critical thinking. Okay, thinking critical thinking means doing something special जो कि easy नहीं है. Critical thinking means doing something special but not easy. You will you always experience in your class, suppose you have given some problem to solve in the class, so some of the students can do 100%, some of the students cannot do, even they cannot do, some of the students cannot use their at least their pen and pencil. So in this situation you will find also that someone has done something different. Even you will be very surprised, oh my god, it's my goodness, really students had done something different. Okay, so let's see what is critical thinking. Life skill help people to analyze and evaluate information to guide their beliefs, decision, and action. Children need critical thinking to make sense of the world around them and to solve the problem. Yes, with the help of this skill, students can analyze, students can evaluate information, whatever problem they face, whatever confusion they face, they get this type of thinking can guide to analyze themselves, to evaluate themselves. This life skill can develop the children's critical thinking. A critical thinking means little bit higher thinking. There is a video I just want to show you. Please go through this. Stop this video first. क्या बात है? Okay, participant, are you audible? Are you audible, participants? Okay.
Yes, sir, audible.
Thank you, Vivekanand sir. Actually, we have seen the video. Let me recapitulate whatever we have watched. Obviously, you could face the problem because net was not good. There was very poor network. So होता क्या है कि एक ओल्ड मैन रहता है एक गांव में. Okay, there was an old man in a village, and he has lots of property. He was very rich, but he has no son, no daughter. Okay, so he was just one day he thought, what I will do all the wealth, इतना संपत्ति हम करेंगे तो करेंगे क्या. सो उसने सोचा इसको हम दान दे देते हैं, लेकिन ऐसे ऐसे लोगों के हाथ में देना है जो कि बाद में इसका यूज करे. सो they called the villagers. They called villagers and told कि I have lots of wealth, और मैं इसे देना चाहता हूँ. जो इसमें सबसे तेज होंगे मैं उसी को दूंगा. सबसे ज्यादा जो क्रिएटिव होंगे, जो कि अच्छी तरह से इसको चला सकता है, ये कर सकता है, मैं उसे दूंगा. सो दैट उन्होंने एक पार्टी भी रखा, और उसके घर के ठीक सामने एक छोटा सा तालाब था. उन्होंने कहा, विलेजर्स को बुलाया, गेदर किया, बोला आप यहाँ पे आओ सभी लोग. और आफ्टर कॉलिंग, जस्ट दे टोल्ड, I don't have any daughter as well as son, so I want to just give this wealth to anyone who can control, who can rule, जो कि बाद में इसका अच्छी तरह से यूज कर सके. ओके, इन अ गुड वे. ऐसा नहीं कि इसे लेकर के इसे ही जो सो इधर से उधर फेंक देना, उड़ा देना, ये कर देना, नॉट लाइक दैट. सो बोला वहां पे जो पॉन्ड था उसमें थोड़ा कुछ पानी था, तो उन्होंने कहा कि इसमें कुछ स्टार से इसको बाहर निकालना है। देन विलेजियर्स look themselves only and started to laugh, is it possible, इसमें से तारा कैसे निकाल सकते हैं, इसमें से जो तारे हैं स्टार्स उसको कैसे निकाल सकते हैं। देन वन children came forward, the name of that child was Danish। उन्होंने आया बोला यस आई कैन डू इट बट यू गिव मी अ बकेट। सारा का सारा पानी उन्होंने बच्चा ने निकाल दिया और बोला उन्होंने यस आई हैव आई हैव I have took out all the I have taken out all the stars। so जो आदमी था वो ओल्ड मैन था वो बहुत खुश हुआ। सो दिस इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग ओनली। ओके, दिस इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग। So let's move to another slide, and the another slide is, let's see what is, I think it is not working. Wait. Yeah, taking on challenges. Taking on challenging, in other words, we can say that never give up. Never give up. छोड़ना कभी नहीं है. Never give up. And I used to always speak that, my dear participants, the greatest mistake is giving up. The greatest mistake is giving up. Okay, so taking on challenge. This provoke the students, encourage the students so that they can take challenges. Nowadays CBSE is giving so many activities. Just we have to notice the students. Okay, we have to notice the pupils so that they can able to take any type of challenges, even they can achieve their goals in future. So what is taking on challenges? Children who take on challenges instead of avoiding or simply copying with them achieve better in school and in life as well। जो बच्चे दूसरे का कॉपी नहीं कर रहा है, जो बच्चे ये नहीं बोल रहा है नो मेरे से नहीं होगा, इवन माय डियर टीचर्स, participants, you also find some, whenever you get some work to do, some of you used to say no, how I will do, this is first time for me, how I will complete this, I don't know, I know zero about this. So you can hear such a things. So don't say like that, just accept the challenge. Okay, don't give up. So we have to make such a life skill, we have to put such a life skills to the students so that they can never say sorry ये मेरे से नहीं होगा। They can never say, never ever they can say like that। Dear listener, life is filled with stress and challenges obviously। ये हर एक दिन नया नया स्ट्रेस मिलता है, हेडेक मिलता है, टेंशन मिलता है, चैलेंज मिलता है, ये करना है वो करना है, दिस दैट एंड ऑल adults and children will benefit from the life skills of taking on challenges by learning how to manage stressful experiences proactively। जब तक हम चैलेंज लेंगे नहीं तब तक हमें पता नहीं चलेगा, तब तक हम समझ नहीं सकते हैं कि इस चीज को कैसे होगा। और ये जो वर्ड आता है अवॉइडिंग और कॉपिंग, सिंपली ये चीज से दूर नहीं हो पाएंगे। माय क्वेश्चन इज हाउ कैन यू प्रमोट टेकिंग ऑन चैलेंजेस व्हाइल मेकिंग आर्ट, encourage children to persist in creating something even it is it working, it isn't working out the way they hope। even you could help children to manage their emotion and if they lose a game। सपोज किसी ने कम मार्क्स लाया है, ऐसी सिचुएशन में उसे बोलना है नो, दिस इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ फर्स्ट टर्म और this period। Okay, this is the result of 2 months, of 2 months or 3 months or 5 months, not This cannot judge your career. So let's move to another one. This is the seventh characteristics number is 7, and this is okay. There is a activity. Let's do these activities. Dear participants, really you will enjoy this. Really you will enjoy this. There is a sum 7 plus 4 is equal to 65. How is it? Just you find out. Okay, don't give up. Don't give up. 9 plus 5 is equal to 106. How is it? Just you find out this and give the answer. You can use the chat box. Really, you can use the chat box. You can use the chat box. 5 plus 3 is equal to 34. 23 plus 12 is equal to 773. And 8 plus 5 is equal to what? 8 plus 5 is equal to what? 313. Kamalata ma'am is saying 313. Is it correct answer? 313. 89. Shikha Raj is saying 300. Shikha Raj is saying 89. Let's see what could be the right answer. 89 is the right answer. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, we have not give up this one. We took the challenge. We accepted the challenge. How? 75, 65. 7 plus 4, 65. How? Just find out the square of 7, 49, and 6, 16. You add that one. You will get the answer. Same like that. You find out the square of 9 and square of 5. You will get the answer 106. So you find out the square of 5 and 3, you will find the answer 34. Same thing here you have to do. The square of 85, 80 is 64 and 5 is 25. 64, the square of 8 is 64 and the square of 5 is 25. So you got the answer 89. Thank you the participants. So let's move to the next one. This is the self-directed engaged learning. Again, self-directed engaged learning. This one you have to motivate the students. You have to motivate the students. We have to create such a life skill so that teachers as well as students can engage themselves in learning. That means the learning should be even though according to the according to CBSE, right now we have child centric learning. So इसी तरह से हम लोग को बनाना है so that students can direct themselves. Okay, student can we have only little bit time remain, so little bit percentage slides are remaining, so let me let me finish this one. So what is this? Let's go through this. By setting goal and strategies for learning, children become a turn habit. A turn means habit, and better prepared to change as the world changes. This helps children foster. Okay, there we can also foster the students by giving some prize. We can also foster the children by giving some words in the class, saying good, very good, you have done good job my dear students, good job pupils, you can do better. So giving some feedback, giving some words we can foster the students their innate curiosity to learn and help them realize their potential. Yes, जब बच्चे किसी तरह का एम्स गोल्स अपना सेटअप करता है, स्ट्रेटजीज जब बनाता है, इन दैट वी टीचर्स पेरेंट्स प्ले अ वाइटल रोल. Teachers guide them. Teachers guide them, parents also guide them. Okay, we the teachers, the parents, as well as friend, we foster the students, we develop their intellectual power. The life skill of self-directed engaged learning calls upon the executive function skills, including not going on automatic but instead reflecting upon the experience or situation and setting goals and working towards them and being flexible in thinking about how to learn something in new way. Let's promote some give some techniques how to promote self-directed engaged learning. You can help children establish trusting relationship that promote learning. We can also help pupils set and work towards their own goals and wishes. We can also help the students to elaborate, elaborate and extend children learning by stretching their thoughts. Whatever they give their thoughts, we can accept their thoughts and we can elaborate with studies. Let's move to another. Why is it important? Okay, why is it important? It is important to encourage the pupils to become independent. Yes, exactly, it is right. To improve academic performance. Yes, if we develop their life skill, obviously they can improve their academic performance. To increase motivation and confidence, increase changes to be creative and intellectually creative, to foster social influence and counter evaluation, increase opportunities, completing differentiate tasks set up by the teachers. Okay, thank you all the participants. Thank you very much. Now I request to all the participants, they can leave the group. You can leave, no problem at all.